we got the inside put back together. I was just finishing up underneath there, so I put all the panels back in. I know they're all going to come apart once we George brings over the panel and we're going to start wiring all that stuff. I have left to do, before we go to the hangar, the tail feathers, but I think I'm actually going to move back downstairs and look at dremeling the heads off. I know it's kind of a, I don't know, not very gratifying job off of the rivets, and maybe looking into disassembling the wings and balancing the elevator ailerons. Now it's going to install the trim servo. So there you go. Take a look at that. One side done. One side to go, but I won't bore you with that. Yeah, I got those switched around. Now I have access to all the panels again. The flaps had a couple of rivets I needed to get in here. And I got to do the same with the ailerons, but I had the aileron pins, those whatever rigging pins in there. Another thing I want to do is we have a VHF antenna that's got to go into the wingtip. I think it's a VHF, yeah, this guy here for navigation, and got to balance the ailerons and take all of it off to make the wing cord shorter so we can get it up the stairs eventually. So here we go. Five minutes. That's what it took to get all of the access panel, including the aileron, off of the one side of the wing. Good to know. Alright, we're back up in the garage. I ended up bringing the elevator up. What I was looking at doing is balancing the ailerons, and I don't know why, but I was like, alright, let me start with the elevator. And reading up back in the beginning of the book, you have to install the trim servo, which I never did. So kind of working on that. First thing I noticed is that the 8/32 screws that RANS wants you to put in there don't fit into the holes. So I just drilled those out to 11/64 or something like that. And yeah, working on that. All right, I didn't really catch any footage on that, but I can recap quickly. So that bolted in, no issues. Like I said, I did drill those out to accommodate the 8/32 screws, because those are the nut plates that we have in there. This came with a long rod, had to cut it down very, very short to, I did like 10 turns on either side and it left a 1/4 inch in the middle. You center this, so I made a little mark here that dots my center mark, and you can power this thing with energizing just 12-volt battery or something on the gray and the white wire to get it to move in and out. Yeah, so that was pretty uneventful, and that was a big project. Going to bed. Good night. Now that that massive undertaking has been seen through to completion, time to tackle this. It's basically the cover that goes on. It comes with all this extra plastic on it, so I'm going to cut that off. Drilled the holes for that. I'm going to drill the hole for that to go through. I have a little bit of a lip on here. Probably going to trim that down, so when these sit on the tenement clips that go in there, it'll be nice and flush without any stress points. big projects ahead. Yeah. All right, might seem a little excessive, but I put a 16th inch piece of plastic on the inside and then basically just filed it down. So now I have that perfect 16th all the way around. I have the stuff readily available, so it's not a big deal, but basically just sanded it with flat sticks, flat board, and that'll give me a nice perfect edge. Bingo. And that is how you make a quick job take a long time. But look at that fit. So nice. After this project, I'm gonna have to take a break. That took forever. I got endless minutes into it. But next up is, I think, balancing this. So I'm not sure if it's a good idea to do it on there because of the resistance, or to do that knife edge thing and balance them that way. That means I gotta take it all off of that, which yeah, I guess I have to do that anyway. So I got some scuba weights, probably not the most cost-effective way of doing it. 2 5-pound bags, should be 3 pounds and then 3 in each aileron plus the epoxy. But I did order epoxy, got some funnels, got some cups, and gotta wait for that to come in. So might go back downstairs and work on the wings, take some stuff apart. But for now, good night. That was a long day. I made these, I don't know, knife edge, whatever you want to call them, that the bolt can sit on. And the bottom, if you just leave them square, kind of can interfere with the skin, unless it's, I'll show you. See what I'm saying? Like, I didn't want it to bang on the skin down there while I'm trying to balance it. So I made those little cutouts in there, and that should do the trick. I ended up with 2 pounds 14 ounces in each cup. Sorry, total 1 pound 7 ounces in each cup. And I did cheat a little bit because in Tony's video he revealed he had 2.87 pounds, which, if I did my math right, is identical to that. So I know the cups weigh about 0.1 ounce, and I'm gonna mix some resin. I'm probably gonna just use the fiberglass resin that I have there, and then pour that in here, and hopefully I don't make too much of a mess. And if you're wondering what that roll of blue tape is on there, that's something I stole from Pat Hatch as a counterweight to kind of make up for some of the paint that's going to go on here. Now obviously these will have to be rebalanced once we paint them, but hopefully that'll get us close. And I'm also thinking, from what I'm reading, that it's easier to take out, you know, drill out some weight and pull it out than to add it in. So between the resin going in there and the counterweight being on there, it's going to be a little bit on the heavier side. couple of things happened there. And this opening is only 1/2 inch. So I used the funnel that closest represents that. But these are not evenly sized. There's a couple of big ones in there. So what you saw me do is actually do a test run and make sure that they actually all fit in there. So once I got it mixed with the resin, they don't jam up inside the funnel, because that would be no bueno. And sure enough, there's probably a dozen or so pieces that were like too big, so I had to chop them down. So tried it a few times, got that through, and then I still got stuck on both sides, but I was able to jam it through with the screwdriver. The other thing that I did is I kind of measured the resin. I think is about right, and that ended up weighing about 2 ounces. So I ended up taking out 2 ounces. So I had 1 pound, 5 ounce in each side, plus the 2 ounces of resin, which I don't think is going to get any lighter when it dries or cures. But yeah, that went pretty smooth. So got those in there, and it dribbled a little bit, but not too bad. I think they're pretty tight, and put them at a little bit of an angle so it sits back this way, and hopefully this will dry by tomorrow. I got the fan going and the door open, even though it's cold. But for now, you know the drill. Good night. Okie doke. Here we are the next day. I got the tape off and everything. Put it back on my little fancy knife edge. I put this tape on here, like I said, to simulate the weight of paint. And I'd say that's pretty well balanced. So happy with how that came on. Happy with how that came out. Off to the ailerons. Alright, this is an ending if it needs to be for this video, being the elevator balancing and whatever else I did, can't remember. And if not, I'll add on to the, if it's not too long, I'll do the aileron balancing on it as well. And if not, I will say thank you for watching, and happy building. All right, see ya.